If this is your first time in this channel, please subscribe below and tap the bell so you can be the first to know about changes or updates in the real estate market in Rosarito. Hello, I have a question for you. Can you finance the purchasing of your home in Rosarito, Mexico? Well, the answer is yes. My friend Hector Montoya from Sim Brokers is here today to explain to us what the loans are, the process that it takes for the pre-qualification, everything that you might need to know about purchasing a home with bank finance from a Mexican bank. As you might know, American banks do not lend money to buy properties in Mexico, but we have products for Mexican Americans through a Mexican bank, and we have products for American or foreigners with Mexican banks. So, Hector, take it away.
Thank you, Jose Luis. Yes, my name is Hector Montoya. I've been a mortgage broker for almost 20 years now. I'm happy to help you guys. First, today we're going to be talking about the financing for Mexican and Mexican Americans. Yes, you can buy a property with a mortgage in Mexico. It's going to be a mortgage in pesos. It's going to be fixed. And we do have some good products for you guys. First of all, we're going to talk about the term, basically what you need to get in for the mortgage. And we're going to go step by step through it. So let's go with the documentation. What do you need in order to get approved for a mortgage in Mexico? Even if you're working in the United States or any other country outside Mexico, I'm going to explain. It's very simple. You need to have proof of income, basically through pay stubs, bank statements where you have direct deposit, taxes for the last 2 years, and we're going to need a credit report with score detailed, because the banks here in Mexico like to see how you've been behaving with your credit. If you pay on time, if you don't have top limits in your credit, if you manage your credit score in a good way. So they basically want to get to know you as a client. So that's why they need the full credit report with the score. Also, if you're an independent worker, we will need 6 months bank statements. And like I said, the 2 years past tax returns, the complete tax returns. I know there are a lot of pages involved, but we do need to take a look at every page in the tax return, because every page is important. It shows us your income and it also shows us your expenses. So that's why it's important. Having these documents on hand and everything ready, a loan application, we can have you approved by 3 to 5 business days. So that's basically the whole process. Having the documentation, having the file ready for you, for the bank, and they'll take around 3 to 5 business days to review everything, and then they'll give us an approval, or they'll tell us what we need to change and do in order to qualify maybe in the near future. Okay, so once we have that, we have an approval, let's talk about the loans, the type of loans that we have here in Mexico. Mortgages do work a little bit different from your country. We have fixed rates. The terms are 20 years. We don't have 30, 35 years, 25 years. The longest we can go is 20 years. And something very important that the mortgages have in Mexico is that they include a life insurance for the borrower. And they also include property insurance for any type of damage like fire, water, air, and also earthquakes. So it's very important that you know that in your payment, you will have insurances included. Like I said, life insurance, something happened to the borrower and they can't work anymore, or unfortunately they die, the insurance comes and pays off the loan. So your property will be left without any debt. And that's something cool that we have here in the mortgages in Mexico. Also, the rates are fixed. You will not see your rate go crazy up and down, your mortgage payment changing. You will see your mortgage payment stay in a fixed amount. And like I said, it includes life insurance, property insurance, interest, and capital payment. So that's about it in talking about the terms. Also, the maximum amount that you will receive in funding from the bank is 80% loan to value. That's very important. So you need to think about having some money as a down payment because we are maxed at 80% loan to value. Let's just set an example. If a property is $100,000, then you need to think about having at least $20,000 in down payment plus closing costs. That's basically it. Also, something important, you do not have prepayment penalty. That's very important because I know in most of the US mortgages, they do have a penalty. We don't have penalties here in Mexico. If you want to make a principal payment or if you want to pay off your loan, you will not be penalized for it. Okay, we also have very good news. If you are a foreigner, that means if you're not Mexican, you're American, Canadian, Chinese, Korean, from any country in Europe, you do have a chance to get a mortgage in Mexico. We do have products for you. It's basically the same documentation as we were talking about earlier. We need to have proof of income, we need to have a credit report, and also our identification and everything from our country of origin, okay? But the extra thing that you will need as a foreigner is that you will need to get a bank trust. Law in Mexico states that in order to have a property under your name, if you're not Mexican, you need to do it through a bank trust. So it's very simple. You have a bank trust that you own, and that bank trust owns the property that you purchased. You're not directly the owner, but you're the owner of the trust that owns the property. That's the way we work around things. And we do have mortgages. It's the same terms. It's nothing different. It's fixed rates, 20-year term. They also include insurance, life insurance, property insurance, and it's fairly simple to get them. You just need to have proof of income, good credit, and that's it. Okay, so what's next? I have a few examples of transactions that we've done. We're not going to give you names. We're just going to give you the values and the down payment that was required for the transaction to go through. So basically, we're going to go through a property that was $350,000 in value. I'm sorry, I'm going to look down at my computer to see my notes. But basically, I will give you every fee that that our client paid in this transaction. For a property value of $350,000, they paid notary fees, which include buyer taxes, registry fees, and notary fees. That's what we would call closing costs in Mexico. And that was around $19,250, okay? Also, they paid an origination fee. That origination fee is around 2% of the loan value. And that's charged by the mortgage, okay? By the bank that gives you the mortgage. Also, we have an appraisal. We always need to have an appraisal done in the property through the bank that's giving us the loan. And in this case, it was around $1,050 for the appraisal cost. Also, there's a certification from the city of every appraisal that's done, and that's a cost of $60. So total cost of purchase of a property, $350,000, was $375,960. On top of that cost, if you're a foreigner, like I said, if you're not Mexican, you're American, Canadian, you will need to add $4,500 for the trust, the bank trust that we talked about. That's an average of a cost. So in that case, the loan was 80% loan to value. Okay, so that came up to be a loan of $280,000 in this case for a $350,000 property. And the down payment complete with closing costs included, the down payment, everything, the money that was required out of pocket from this client was $95,960. Remember, if you're Mexican, American, you won't need the trust. That would have been an amount of $91,460. That was a case of a $350,000 property. So basically, this was the case for a client that bought an ocean view property here in Rosarito. It had all the amenities, things that you guys want: pool, jacuzzi. It had privacy. It was gated and ocean view. Also, it was very near to the downtown, great restaurants that we have here and all the cool places that we have. So that was his case, $350,000 property that got him an ocean view condo, okay? But we do have other cases. I have another client that bought a property for $150,000 and they were trying to get something as a retirement home. So we're gonna go through their costs, okay? So the property sale value was $150,000. Notary fees, like I said, it includes buyer tax, registry fee, notary fees, certificates, was $8,250. The origination fee in this case was $2,400. The appraisal was $450. The appraisal certification in the city, they need to get certified. The appraisals need to be certified in the city. That costs $60. And the total cost of purchase plus the property was $161,000 with $160. $160. Okay. An added cost, like I said, for foreigners, people that are not Mexicans, like Americans, Canadians, any other part of the world. Like I said, you need to pay the trust, which is around an average of $4,500 added to the costs. So the loan in this case was 80% loan to value, so that came up to be $120,000. And the down payment required in this case was $41,160. Okay. If it was a Mexican or a Mexican American, it would come up to be $36,660. So that's basically a scenario for a $150,000 property, which you might be thinking about just to spend the weekends and probably have an Airbnb as an investment, as a retirement home, somewhere that you can go and relax, get out of your commute, everyday scenarios, and just relax in a beautiful, comfortable property with everything near, like downtown, restaurants, and everything. So guys, if you just want to take a look at the numbers, if you want to review any type of scenarios, please give us a call. Leave your comments. We'll get back to you guys. Like I said, I have 20 years experience helping people all around the world buying properties here in Baja. And it doesn't cost. It doesn't cost to ask. If you want to know, just how much would it cost? What would be the scenario in this property that I saw? Go ahead and contact us. Feel free to do so. It doesn't hurt. You can always get to know what your numbers are, what the scenario is. And you would be surprised that you could probably afford a property here in Mexico and have someone like Jose Luis give you advice about how to rent it, how to get money from your property. So if you want to get a pre-approval, just ask about the numbers or even get a loan, go ahead and give us a call. My services are free for you guys. I do not charge anything for my services. So you don't have anything to lose. Give us a call, leave us a comment, and we'll get back to you guys.
Every day we get calls from people just like you. So whether you're moving or investing in 9 days or 9 months, please feel free to reach out so we can help you with a smooth transition of acquiring your property in Rosarito.